Devin Heroux, CBC curling analyst, Bedford Road alumni, joining us from the Belsher Center in Saskatoon. Is that the first curling event ever in there, Devin?
No, you know what, Barney? As a matter of fact, they held a slam here. It would have been three years ago. I wasn't able to make it back home for that slam. Second slam ever in this beautiful arena, just beating the blizzard. You know, there isn't a better place, a more Saskatchewan place than in a curling rink when it's blizzarding outside. So great to see you hunkered down, bundled up, buckled up for the Grand Slam of curling.
What was it like up? I was talking to Mom this morning. She said the snow was going about 11 a.m. You guys didn't get the freezing rain up there, though.
No freezing rain. Would have been more like pebbled sheets out on the streets, if it was raining out there. Just snow the whole time, blowing snow. In fact, I just looked out the window as I made my way here into the bleachers, and it's just whiteout conditions outside. But the people are showing up. Actually, I'll flip around here and sort of show you inside.
Nice.
People practice underway. So people are coming. My family's coming. Of course, they wouldn't miss this. So everybody's making their way to the curling rink. But the wind, as soon as the doors of Belsher open up, it's just blasting snow into the foyer area. So it is feeling like curling weather here at the Grand Slam of curling.
Or it feels like Brit. Because always at Bedford Road, the weather that week, man, it was always nasty. Didn't matter what age you grew up in. Okay, I want to, like, the Grand Slam of curling event in Saskatoon, for the casual fan, why is this such a big deal?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think at any point of the season, Bernie, the curlers want to win a slam. It's pretty prestigious. There's a lot of money. The best teams in the world are here, but in an Olympic year, the slams take on so much more significance. All of the Olympic teams are essentially here, right? You have the Canadian reps, Team Homan, right on the ice, literally in front of me. Sarah Wilkes is second for the team. Lead for the team, settling in the hack right now. So the Canadian reps are here. Team Jacobs with a shootout draw to the button win. Benny Heaves and the boys getting a win just a short time ago. So the Canadian Olympic reps are here. The best Olympic reps from all around the world are here. And you can feel a different intensity at this slam. They want to send a message. We're 47 days away from the Winter Olympics in Milano Cortina. They want to send a message right here. The road to Milano starts in Saskatoon. You can feel it in the arena here this week.
Okay, and I was reading there are a couple of different rules with this, like blank ends and the shootout rules, right?
Yeah, so we introduced that a couple of slams ago where, people started chanting boring back to the Pat Ryan days when there were a bunch of blanks. And so the CEO of the curling group, Nick Solsky, says, no more blanks. So each team, Bernie, gets one blank per game. So it's almost like a challenge in football, right? Like you've got to use it sparingly. If you use a blank early in the game, you don't really have that advantage because these teams, let's be honest, they use it as a strategy to take the hammer to the final end. Yep. We've seen scoring go up. It's a beautiful thing. I think people are more entertained. The other wrinkle, if it's tied after 8 ends, they go to a draw to the button shootout for the win. I love it. I think it's dramatic. It's great stuff. Some other fans don't. The traditionalists, they want to see an extra end, to which I say, Barney, usually an extra end always comes down to a bunch of peels and then a draw to the button. So let's just skip the guards. Yeah. Let's skip the peels and let's get right to the good stuff. Yeah. We've taken away the draw to the button in the playoffs and the final because we heard from enough people and curlers. They want to play the extra end, but I say long live the draw to the button drama.
Unless you want to keep beer sales up, then you want people there as long as possible. Okay, we got about a couple minutes left here, Devin. Why? Give me this. Why is Brad Jacobs such a good representative for Canada going over to Italy?
Listen, he's bulletproof. 2014, he wins Olympic gold in Sochi for Canada. Then he does a bunch of losing, Barney. He figures out what he wants from his life. On the ice and off the ice, he's matured. He's a leader. There's a beautiful shot there of the boys winning. They were celebrating there in Halifax. I was with them. All of those guys have been at the Olympics. Mark Kennedy Ben Hebert. This will be their third trip to the Olympics, a second for Brett Gallant. They are ready to represent this country. I think the two best representatives are going for Canada in Brad Jacobs and Rachel Homan.
And then just give me 30 seconds, 40 seconds on Rachel Homan, her husband, Sean Germain, beauty, senior hockey player from back in the day. Is she's getting into that rarefied air, female curlers? Is she up there now?
I think we're pretty humble about when we talk about Canadian curlers. She is the best curler on the planet right now, Barney. She's won the first 3 Grand Slams of the season, untouchable. She won the Olympic trials going away. She is a force. This will be her third trip to the Olympics. She hasn't even made it to the playoffs in the previous 2. So she has a chip on her shoulder. This is the one she wants. She's talked publicly about it. I expect her to really, really bring her best. She's been through a lot. A mother of 3 children now. I've seen her evolution. She's ready to win. She's ready to bring home gold for Canada. The Olympic curling event, Barney, get the popcorn ready. It's going to be dynamite.
And the rink's done, so that's a bonus right off the hop in Italy. Always a pleasure. And it's getting gross out there. You stay safe, right? It's...
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, the best place to be when there's a blizzard inside a curling rink. So I'm right where I'm supposed to be here at home, Barney.
Always appreciate you, Devin. Thanks for hopping on and doing this.
You bet. Take care.